Okay, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you guys, whatever you are. So, welcome to our Zoom meeting today. So, everyone, can you please unmute yourself and please introduce yourself and let us know where are you from, what country you're in. By the way, I am Avel from the Philippines.
And I'm
Yes,
Maxine Cain from
yes.
Jamaica.
This is Executive President Charlie Lewis in Cedar Hill, Texas, USA.
Awesome. Texas in the house, baby.
Thanks for having you.
Good evening. I'm President Karen from Anguilla.
Thanks for having you, President Karen.
Good evening, President Elisa Dubois from Washington, D.C., USA.
Washington, D.C. in the house. Thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone. This is Lisa Joseph from Trinidad and Tobago.
Trinidad and Tobago. Awesome. How about the others?
Hello,
This is Keisha from the Bahamas.
Bahamas. All right.
Bahamas in the house. I'm so excited this afternoon to be sitting in to listen to lupus and autoimmune diseases, understanding the invisible battle. I'm so excited to learn about Avel, our health and our wealth, and how we can make a change so that we can have happier lives.
I agree. I agree, Maxine. So everyone in the comment, please leave a heart on the comment section and let us all congratulate Maxine for hitting the rank of supervisor. Congratulations, Maxine. Congratulations, Maxine.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right, awesome. So now, let's go ahead and start our show.
So we'll start our show. So I will introduce our first host, Miss Director Lisa Joseph, and I'll just give a brief bio of her. So ladies and gentlemen, please join me in extending a warm and enthusiastic welcome to our esteemed director, Lisa Joseph. Her presence is like a breath of fresh air, invigorating and uplifting, and we are thrilled to have her lead our Ardysslife meeting tonight. With her unwavering commitment to health and wellness, Lisa has been a rising star in Ardysslife community, inspiring us all with her passion for nature, healthy bodies, minds, souls, and our innovative products. But Lisa's accomplishments extend far beyond her professional realms. She's a devoted wife, a proud mother of two, accomplished adult children, and a doting grandmother to a precious gem of a granddaughter. Her virtues shine bright, illuminating the lives of those around her. But as a shining star in the galaxy of early childhood education, Lisa also makes a lasting impact through her published works with an impressive 10 Amazon preschool books to her credit. With further ado, I invite you to join me in giving Lisa a warm and heartfelt welcome. Please take the floor, Director Lisa Joseph, and let's embark on this journey of health, wellness, and empowerment together. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, it is indeed. Thank you so much, President Maxine, for that warm welcome. It's a wonderful introduction. Thank you so much. And this evening, I want to join our co-host, Ms. Maxine Cain, in welcoming each one of you here this evening. And it's a pleasure for me to be here just to introduce to you our amazing company. Our founders are the Diaz Dillion family, started by Papa the owner, Mr. Antonio Diaz de Leon, who after losing his job at the age of 50 and with a pursuit for helping his family to thrive, he came up with this awesome company called Ardysslife. And today, this company is blossoming with 3 major lines of products. We have nutritionals, we have garments that are medically graded and patented. So you're not going to find this at all anywhere else in the world, right? This company has been doing well also with their line of coffee. It has been in existence for now 35 years and going. And I am proud to be a part of this company called Ardysslife. This evening, we will be recognizing the month of May as Lupus. For the Lupus we will be bringing awareness to persons about lupus as we keep in collaboration with the World Health Organization in recognizing lupus for the month of May. You would hear some of our amazing products. You will hear about them. So we want to make a disclaimer at this point that the statements you would hear have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases. And so I go straight into what is lupus. All right, and lupus is a chronic long-term disease, okay? It's an autoimmune disease that can cause inflammation and pain in any part of the body. It affects the skin, the joints, internal organs, such as the kidney and heart. And there are some symptoms.
Everyone, please mute your phones. Thank you so much.
Just give me 1 minute. We just joined some persons to the call. Okay, so there are some symptoms which I like to share. These symptoms are extreme fatigue, brain fog, pain or swelling in the joints, swelling in the hands, feet, or around the eyes, headaches, low fevers, sensitivity to sunlight or to fluorescent light, chest pain when breathing deeply. You will see a butterfly-shaped rash on the cheeks and nose, hair loss, sores in the mouth or nose, and fingers and toes turning white or blue and feeling numb when that person is cold or is experiencing stress. And these are some of the symptoms. And tonight you would hear more about lupus from our guest speaker, which you will hear about in a short time. Now, this evening, I want to introduce to you my co-host, another one of my co-hosts, Miss Lakisha. Lakisha Lewis is a mother of 2 amazing boys and a dynamic professional who boldly transitioned from corporate life to follow her passion for helping others. With over 20 years in human resources, she built expertise in recruitment, learning and development, employee relations, and event management. She is the owner and managing director of 3 businesses, embodying her belief in entrepreneurship and the power of direct sales. Lakisha's journey reflects her courage, determination, and commitment to designing her own success story. She sees network marketing as a powerful tool for transformation, offering individual control over their income, time, and future. Her mission is to inspire and uplift women, especially single mothers, to break free from traditional employment and build fulfilling, financially secure lives. She hails from the beautiful country of Trinidad and Tobago and has been in an Ardysslife for just over 1 year. Let's welcome Miss Lakisha Lewis as she joins me in hosting this evening's event. Miss Lakisha.
Hi, good evening, everyone. And thank you so much for joining us tonight. So before I continue, I just want to announce Miss Christina Fraser kindly asking that you mute your phone or your device, right? So you're basically disrupting the call. So please mute your phone or your laptop, whatever you are using, and kindly asking all other guests to please be mindful, pay attention to if your mics become unmuted at any point. So I'm kindly asking Miss Christina Fraser Osmond, kindly mute your device. All right, great. So I am excited to be here this evening to be one of your co-hosts. And, tonight we want to shine a light upon lupus and other autoimmune diseases. So, I thank each and every one of you for taking the time to come out this evening. I want you all to get ready to hear some powerful testimonies, right? Take this opportunity. We're going to hear from some ladies who really had some journeys and have been really courageous on their fight for their particular challenges, and they are going to share their stories with you this evening. And we are also going to hear from an expert guest on the call. Later, we're going to hear from Dr. Tyra Paylor. And, you're going to understand how our Ardysslife products were able to help these ladies on their journey to health. All right, so I want you all to get your pen and papers. If you don't have your pen and paper available, get your pen and paper. Take notes. You may have questions, jot down your questions. And at the end of it, we're gonna, if you want to ask a question, you raise your hand and you will be identified and we will call on you to ask your questions, or feel free to put it in the comment section as well. Okay, so I want everyone to really enjoy the session tonight. We are thankful that all of these ladies were able to come out tonight and to share their stories with us, because sometimes we think that we are actually going through certain things on our own, but there are other people who can help us, and it's good when you hear another person's story, you can then know where you can get the help that you need. All right, so our first person that we're going to be going to tonight, and our brave warrior, is our President, Annette Gay. So let me tell you a little bit about Annette. So President Annette was born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. She's a wife, a sister, and a mother of two beautiful daughters. She has twin boys as well, and 6 grandkids. If you see this lady, you would never believe all of that. You'll be surprised. All right, she is a warrior. When we say she's a warrior, she's a breast cancer survivor, right? She also has created a breast cancer nonprofit organization titled Boss Up Pink, in which she teaches the importance of early detection for all women, young and mature. All right. Now, Annette has been with Ardysslife for the past 16 years, and she's going to share her story. So I want you to take your time and listen. Let's welcome, put some love in the chat for Annette, and let's welcome President Annette Gay.
I came 4 years on the bench.
Good evening, good evening. I definitely am excited for being on the call today. I thank you, President Lakisha Lewis, for that great introduction, and all the hosts that are working with us tonight. And I definitely want to welcome all the guests that are on the call as well. I am President Annette Gay in Atlanta, Georgia. And as you heard President Lakisha say, please keep your lines muted so that you won't interrupt none of the information that's being shared, because it's so important. So I am one of the breast cancer survivors, and I was one in that 8 million that they say is going to be diagnosed with breast cancer. That was me. I was one, and this was in 2017 when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. So my journey has been a journey that I will never, ever, ever forget, because I am always one that makes sure that I take care of my health, always making sure that I had my mammogram done on a yearly basis, never skipped a beat with anything. But this particular year, I was only 3 months behind and having my mammogram done. So what I did, I had my physical, and I always share my story. When I share it, I have to give God. I have to give God his props because God does some amazing things, and that's what he did for me in my journey. So I had my physical done with my doctor, and she definitely said, Annette, when you leave me, you've skipped your mammogram. That's not like you because you've always been up to date. I need you, when you leave that lab, walk out of that lab, pick up that phone, and make your appointment for your mammogram. So truly enough, I went and had my labs done. I walked out, went straight to my car, and the Holy Spirit stopped me in my track and said, go back in and schedule your mammogram. I went back in, picked that phone up, made that call, scheduled my mammogram. And truly enough, I never would have believed it, but they called me in. They did my mammogram. A couple of weeks later, they said, hey, you need to come back in. Something's not right. And I'm saying, what's not right? I know my body. I know everything is good. There's no such thing as breast cancer in my body. But truly enough, it was breast cancer. So they did what they call their biopsy. They test, make sure everything was as they said. And it was a surprise to me that I had breast cancer. There was no sign, no lumps, no soreness, no redness, no discoloration. None of that stuff was going on my body. So I had no clue that I had breast cancer. So during the course of my journey, I refused to do chemotherapy. That was my choice because after I heard everything that was going to happen during the course of doing chemotherapy, and I heard a lot of people talk about it, I did not want to go through those side effects. And they said, well, everybody don't get the same. Well, I didn't like what I heard, so I didn't want to try any of it. But I did agree to do the radiation treatment, which was 22 treatments of radiation. After I had those treatments done, they give you the oncologist. Your oncologist says, Annette, I need you to be on this medication, and this medication is going to help you. You have to stay on it for the next 5 years. That's not what I wanted to do. But I agreed to do it because out of fear, I wanted the breast cancer gone and I didn't want it to come back. So she said, because you're in that percentile that it could come back, I need you to stay on this tablet. I took that tablet for 2 years. I went in and had a bone density test. That test revealed that the medication I was on, which she explained to me, it could deteriorate your bones. So I didn't think that would be one of the side effects that affect me, but truly it was. So we sat down and we discussed this, and she said, listen, you got to come out of your heels. You're not going to be able to run and play with your grandkids. She was naming all these negative things. And I said to her, in 2 years, this is the damage that the medication did to me. I do not want to stay on that medication. So she suggests that I try something different because we know when you're going through your treatment, your bones is one of the things that get affected. My joints was horrible. I could not use my middle fingers. I couldn't do anything. And what I said to her was, I don't want to stay on this medication. She tried suggesting others, and I refused to take those as well. So this is what I said, Holy Spirit, I need you to be with me because I'm about to make this decision where I don't want any other medication. I'm not going to take it. I'm going to consume my Ardysslife products. I was already taking them, but I was taking them vaguely, not like I should have. I learned a valuable lesson in that. So I began to consume that medication heavily, a lot. And when I say a lot, when I go through the list of the Ardyss products that really bless me, you're going to be amazed at just how awesome these products are. I knew for a fact that I was not going to stay on that medication. I did not want to have any vitamin D transfusion. I didn't want to go through any of that. So I decided to just consume my products heavily. Now, in 2017 is when I was diagnosed. We are in 2025, and I'm going on 8 years of being breast cancer free. And I give glory to God because when you're going through something like that, the first thing that comes to your mind, I don't want it to come back. I want it to be gone. So the products that this company I have to give them kudos because artists have some amazing products. And I'm just going to give you a few of the ones that I was taking. The Noni, the Lviv Red, the Lviv Green, the Core Calcium, which gave me magnesium, potassium, all the vitamin D that I needed. I also took the Lviv Multiplus is what I call it, Lviv Yellow. And that one was powerful in just keeping me with energy and just giving my body what it needed. I took Omega 369, Green 29. These are all the products that I consume now today heavily. I will not stop because one thing I knew was that I needed to keep my body alkaline. And the only way that I could do that was to consume the products that I was consuming. So I took them heavily. I still do it. I won't stop, but I give God the praise because what I know is a lot of people don't want to take the mammogram, but it's so important. Early detection can save your life. And I say this to our young, to our mature. I know women who have never, ever, ever had a mammogram, and it just frightened me to just think about that. But those tests are very important. Once you have that mammogram done, it can put ease in your mind, but then you got to go to work and start doing what else you need to do to take care of your body. So 8 years of being breast cancer free, I give God the glory. And I'm going to turn it back over to you, Lakisha Lewis. Thank you so much for inviting me to share my journey.
Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much, President Annette. And you all heard it. The products that she would have used, and we're going to see, we have our Lviv Essentials, the Lviv Red, the Lviv Yellow, the Lviv Green, the Coral Calcium, which gave her calcium, magnesium, her vitamin D, the Noni, the Green 29. You all heard it there. So pay attention, taking notes as well. Something that really stood out as well for me is knowing that you have the responsibilities yours in terms of detection. So make sure you have your screenings done. It is recommended, doctors normally recommend at the age of 40, you start your regular screenings. But of course, if there's a history of cancer in the family and other risk factors, you may need to begin earlier than that. So you need to pay attention. So I do recognize Miranda, you do have a question. We wanted to hold questions a little bit until the end. So please make a note of your question and we are going to come back to you. I promise you we're going to come back to you. So I want to move on because we want to ensure we're able to cover everyone. We have so much information to share with you this evening. So next person up, we're going to chat with another warrior, another member of our amazing Artist Global Millionaire team. So we have manager Karen Whiten-Diggs. Now, Karen is a native of Washington, D.C., the nation's capital, and she's a graduate of the University of Washington, D.C. She has been employed for 38 years with the USDA in the Agricultural Department. Now, Karen has a spirit for entrepreneurship. Karen is the CEO of Care Aerobics, and she focuses on wear for plus-size ladies, and she has that business since 2004. She has been a distributor with Ardysslife since 2009, and she is still running strong with Ardysslife. She's an author of a children's book, West Senegal, and she's the CEO of a non-profit entitled Health and Healing on the Mend, right? She promotes the Ardysslife garments and products to assist others. So I want you to welcome, put some love in the chat for Manager Karen, and she's going to share her story with you.
Okay, I had to unmute. Thank you for such a good presentation. And also, thank you for allowing me to come back for part 2. I never thought that I would be called in again, but definitely now I got my story together and my dates together so we can start. I am here to talk about lupus and how lupus caused havoc in my family. And a lot of you all wasn't born when lupus hit my family. And my mother had my baby brother in 1960. That's when lupus showed its ugly head in my family. Nobody knew what it was. The doctors couldn't recommend what we could do. They didn't have any idea what it was at all. And all I know is one thing, it was something that we knew was not a good thing, okay? because I could hear the whispering on the phone with my father and the family members, and she might not make it. They still haven't diagnosed. I was hearing all kinds of things, and I was 9 years old. But the thing that really bothered me was there were 4 siblings under me. Okay. So with those 4 siblings and her, the queen, being out of commission, basically, lupus divided our family. My father's side of the family took the 2 babies, and my father took the other 5. And my mother's sisters came over and rotated, keeping us clean and cooking and that kind of stuff because we were so young. But it was just one of those things, whereas nobody expected it to take her the way it took her, and as long as she stayed in the hospital. So we very seldom saw her because she was in there running tests. They were running tests back and forth. And that my father would tell her he felt they were using her as a guinea pig because they didn't know what she had. So as time went on and she got sicker and weaker and joints, swelling and in the hospital, they decided to bring all of her daughters in, which is 4 of us, to test us. And lo and behold, all 4 of us tested positive for lupus. They gave her a diagnosis of MS. So I guess MS parasite and lupus parasites are basically close because they never would take away the fact that it was not MS, it was lupus. So my sister, I'm going to give you a couple of things about lupus so that you'll know, because I experienced both sets. There's a front end to lupus that hits and attacks between 19 to 21. And my baby sister, and I'm going to call her by name, Janet, she was 3 years younger than me. She was 19 when it hit her. I was 22. It started with a T-rash. I call it a T-rash across the forehead, down the center of her nose. Now, I heard her say now today they call it more butterfly, but back then it was T. After the T-rash appeared, inflamed red lesions started all in the top of her head. She started getting sores all in the top of her head, and there was nothing they could do to really slow it down because they didn't have anything that could really help and slow it down. After they really detected that they couldn't stop it, they transferred her up to the National Institute of Health, which is the biggest hospital in the nation and also the hospital for the President of the United States. At 26 years old, they threw their hands up and said, "Was nothing else we can do. We have to release her." So they released her, and when she came back home at 27, her kidneys started going out. Simultaneously, my mother passed. So there I am trying to help prepare for my mother's funeral, and at the same token, trying to make sure I got some type of a dialysis program for my sister to stay alive. It worked. She stayed on dialysis for 10 years. And you better believe those 10 years was not good because she had to go 3 times a week for 10 years. And finally, she let me know that she was just tired and she just wanted to let it go. And when she told me that, I let her know that it was close to my birthday and I didn't want to be in a funeral parlor. And she looked at me and says, "How many more days?" And this is the part that really got me. I said, 6 days. She pointed at me and she says, "I'm going to die on your birthday. And what we're going to do is say happy birthday to you for another year and say goodbye to me." The day before my birthday, the hospital called and said, "You got to come." When I got there, she was hemorrhaging from the bottom. They had a blanket over her, and they was just talking to me saying, "We don't know what it is, but she should have been gone 2 days ago." So it's like a miracle that she's still alive. So me and the doctors went outside, and I told them she and I had made a pact that she would die on my birthday. So they asked me how many more hours, and I told them 4. They said, "Well, go ahead and keep talking to her because I want you to know one thing. The ears is the last thing to go. And she knows you're here. Just keep talking. She knows you're here." So 12:15, they came and got me, pulled me out of there, and let her go ahead and pass. That was one that was really, really devastating because nobody was expecting this to happen the way it did. Well, anyway, my sister, DC, we call her DC, after Washington, DC, she's 13 months older than me. She lived in Atlanta, Georgia, and she was a model for a modeling agency. Modeling agency and my sister got together with the Lupus Foundation in Atlanta, Georgia. And in 1994, we had a big, fantastic fashion show, luncheon extravaganza. It was huge. And Lupus Foundation basically was in on it and was sponsoring a lot of it. And because at that time, Maynard Jackson was the mayor of Atlanta, Georgia, they chose his daughter to be one of the models. Everything went really well. It hyped my sister up. It really made her feel good because they brought in a lot of proceeds to the Lupus Foundation because there were so many TV cameras and everybody was there. And I just, it really made me feel good. Well, we're going to fast forward it now. A few years later, my sister started passing out and blacking out. This is what you call lupus on the back end. The back end of lupus hits you after 45 years old. And when it hits you, it's more deadlier than it hits you in the first stage. So we never knew exactly what was going on. She wouldn't tell us anything at all. And then she came home. And when she came home, she let me know she wanted to go all the places that she liked, from the open air markets, the wharf, the waterfront, and all that good stuff. And every day she would say, if anything happens to me, I want you to do this. So I knew then something was happening. 30 days exactly after she left Washington and went back to Atlanta, Georgia, she had a brain aneurysm that was caused by lupus. And they just kept her on life support until I was able to catch a plane and get to Atlanta, Georgia. So it was just something that I couldn't believe that happened as fast as it did. Lupus took my sister in 2008. Okay. Still, I joined Ardysslife in 2009. I wish I know now what then what was going on in my family, but it was something that I could not control and nobody else can control. So my thing to you is definitely keep your eye on lupus, because now I see it is bigger than ever. And I'm so proud to see that Ardysslife have something that can kind of like help that sickness along, because it's going to be here to stay and it's not going to get any smaller. So I wanted to just point it out there to you all, because I'm going to fast forward to today. Last October, I started a nonprofit, and it's called Health and Healing on Demand. And what I'm doing with this nonprofit is trying to help anybody that has any type of sickness like lupus and breast cancer. And when those different months come along, I want to be able to have my nonprofit to help benefit and do anything that contribute toward those who need services. And I have my T-shirt here. I tried to show it last time, but I couldn't because I got caught up here. And I want to thank Charlie Lewis, Executive President Charlie Lewis, because she's the one who has been doing my images for me. And I never really mentioned it, but she's always been there right by my side. And I love the fact that, I can call on her and she's there. So with this new nonprofit, I have already contacted the Lupus Foundation here in headquarters, Washington, D.C. And my nonprofit and myself will be working with Lupus Foundation to see what we can do to help remedy some of the things and the causes that's causing so many problems, and at least bring people that have so much pain, because I watch my sisters have so much pain that that our products can really help them. So definitely thank you for calling me back on the second time so I can share and let you know I am proud now to be a distributor for Ardysslife, because I'm taking all the things that's the lupus combo and all, and I'm too old now because I've come out of the window of when lupus can actually attack. So definitely God put me here to help my family to get through this process. So I thank you all for letting me come on a second time to share, because this is the first time I've ever talked about it in my life. And I want to thank President Lisa Joseph for encouraging me to do this. Now I'll give it back to you, President Joseph.
Thank you so much for that, Manager Karen. Listen, that's a powerful, powerful testimony. It's as if I'm hearing it for the first time again. It's one thing to have illness in the family, affecting one individual, but to have 4 daughters and a mother suffering from that illness, that had to have been something that was really difficult. So, I'm just so thankful that you did find Ardysslife, and now you are in a position to help many other persons in similar positions. So, thank you for your service. Thank you for all that you're doing. All right. So I hope you guys are taking notes again, show some love in the chat. Let President Annette and manager Karen know, you know, you all are supporting them as well. And I mean, that's kind of the responsibility that we have. We cannot have something so powerful and we're not doing something positive with it. We've got to get the word out there about Ardysslife and the products and what these products can do for us, okay? So I want to call my next guest, another warrior, another lady who really would have bravely come through all of her challenges. So up next, I have the pleasure of introducing a young woman by the name of Lakisha Taylor. Lakisha lives in Cincinnati, Ohio, and she's 50 years old, a mother of one amazing daughter, and she is a grandma of two beautiful little girls. All right. For the last 10 years, she has owned and operated a home childcare business, and she also serves as the communications coordinator for the Erica J. Holloman Foundation for the Awareness of Triple Negative Breast Cancer. She's very active in her church, where she serves in the teen and children's ministry, and she was diagnosed with lupus.
Out. I'm about to go on. Out. Sorry, my granddaughter.
I totally understand that. You don't worry.
I have been trying to keep them quiet. Thank you. Sorry.
Understand that. So
I thought I had muted real quick.
No problem. Ms. Taylor has been part of the Ardysslife family for the past 9.5 years. She says she's truly blessed and have said yes to Ardysslife. She's here today to not only testify of God's goodness, but also how Ardysslife products have changed her life. And we're thankful because now you have somebody to buff. Yes?
All right. Thank you. I am so sorry about that. She just walked in. She's been outside this entire time, and here it comes when you call my name. That's how it works, though, because you know what? I come here, baby. Might as well introduce you to. You know why? Because she's an Ardysslife, baby. She has been on Ardysslife. Say hi, everybody. Hi. She actually is part of Ardysslife, and she partakes in the products and has been on the products since she was 6 months old. So Ardyss has truly changed our lives, right? Right. All right. Thank you very much, baby. Well, thank you for having me on tonight, and it has been amazing. And all the stories that I've heard today is very touching, and it's a blessing to be a part of the Ardysslife family. And the last story with your sisters and your mom, and I remember, you know, back then they didn't know what this was all about. They had no idea what lupus was all about. And in my family, there was only one member who was diagnosed with lupus, and she did not survive. And that was an aunt of mine. So it wasn't even by relation. So nobody else in my family by relation has ever been diagnosed with an autoimmune disease or with lupus. So I was the first one in my family. And it started probably a while ago, not knowing and understanding what I was going through, the different changes. My body was red. I had a redness like kind of all over my body. I was experiencing different ailments and tiredness and fatigue and even high blood pressure spikes. And my doctor, my primary care physician, said, okay, we're going to check out some things. I had some swollen lymph nodes that were going on, and he decided to go ahead and have a lymph node removed for a biopsy, and also have me seek a dermatologist. Well, from that point, they really still didn't put 2 and 2 together. And he said, I got an idea, and I don't want to really tell you what it is just yet, just in case I'm wrong, but I want you to take some tests and see what happens after. And so I took the test, and as he suspected, he found that, my T cells, certain things where my T cells were elevated, and he referred me to a rheumatologist to have a second opinion for the lupus diagnosis. And everything on that slide that Miss Lisa put out there, Everything on that slide I have experienced, from the fatigue, the pain, the joint pain, the brain fog, even not being able to drive the speed limit because I couldn't read the signs fast enough. I couldn't react on the steering wheel fast enough. I had literally had to drive 40, the minimum, in the slow lane just to get from point A to point B, not being able to cook. Things you take for granted, like carrying a gallon of milk, brushing your hair, clothing your children. These are things that you just never in a million years thought you would have to ever experience. But lupus truly is a roller coaster. And the way I used to explain it was like any given joint on any given day. It can be an elbow, then a knee, then a back, then your arm, then a leg, and then sometimes your whole body all at once. So it was just a roller coaster. And I finally got to the point, after medication and different things like that, trying different medications. I actually took chemotherapy. When my doctors, it got to a point where the lupus was so bad in 2010 that I did have the butterfly rash, and my entire face was black and blue, and it was I guess you can say it was this, my skin was caking off, and my ears grew 3 times the normal size, but I was able to hide that with my hair. And the skin around my ears were black and blue and large. And the doctor told me, he said, "You need chemotherapy yesterday." And I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't cancer, it's lupus. Why would I need chemo? And he explained that your body is going out of whack so badly right now that we have to literally shock your body. His plan was to shock my system to that, so that it can kind of reset or restart. And that was a big pivotal moment. Well, fast forward to 2015, where I finally was introduced. God saw fit that I was introduced to the Ardysslife products. I had pretty much suffered for these 5 years, from 2010 to 2015 was really, really kind of downhill. And actually in 2014, I ran into an old family friend who is actually the godmother of my siblings, my brothers. And she said, "Hey, I haven't seen you in years. How are you?" And I told her about the lupus. And the first thing she said, "I got something for you." And she gave me that red Lviv. And I started to question it because I was like, oh, I don't know. I've been on this roller coaster. I'm really not sure if I needed to take this. So I actually tried it for 3 days, and I literally started to feel a change in 3 days, and it scared me. Believe it or not, it scared me. And I said, I'm not doing this. Nope, nope, nope. I'm just going to go crawl in my hole, get under a rock, and just sit there. Well, guess what? A year later, in 2015, I ran into her again at the store, and she asked me how I was doing. And I said, "I'm actually worse off than the last time you saw me. I'm still suffering with lupus. I have to go through shots. I have to go through what do you call the infusions. I had to go and take some kind of medicine in a phone booth. It was so toxic. The medicine was so toxic that the assistants and doctors couldn't even be in the same room with me while it was being administered." And after I told her that, and she said, "You know that juice I gave you? I gave that to you." I said, "Yes, ma'am." She says, "I'm going to give it to you again. And this time I need you to drink the entire thing and don't stop. Drink it every day. Can you do that for me?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am, I will." And from 2015, I started to drink that red Lviv every single day. And all I took was a shot, 1 shot glass every single day. And guess what? Slowly it crept up on me. I'm like, oh, wow, it's 5 o'clock. I'm still awake. Oh, it's 7 o'clock in the evening. What? I can go wash the dishes. I didn't realize that slowly my energy started to come back. I was able to get off the couch more. I was able to focus and do things. And I'm saying, are you serious? A juice? A juice just did that. So I called her again and she said, if you run out, you let me know. Well, I didn't want to kind of bother her. So I didn't tell her right away. And so I started to slump back. And she called, she checked on me, and she says, are you still drinking the juice? And I said, well, I'm out of it. She says, well, come and get another bottle. And guess what, everybody? For me, it took 2 weeks, just 2 weeks for me to notice a difference of drinking just one of the products of Ardysslife. And that was the Lviv Red, the Red Lviv. Just one product helped me get off the couch within 2 weeks to notice a difference in the fatigue, to notice a difference in the pain, to notice a difference in the inflammation in my hands and joints, to get up and walk and to do things that I really kind of just took for granted. And so I am so blessed and just grateful. I am grateful to God because he didn't give up on me on that first time when I turned it down. He sought after me to get that Lviv in my hand. And to this day, it is now 2025, almost 10 years later. My test results are phenomenal. The inflammation has decreased. I'm able to run my own business. I'm able to do marketing for my breast cancer or for the breast cancer organization. I'm able to take care of my family. I'm able to comb my hair. I'm able to lift a gallon of milk. I'm able to drive the speed limit. I'm able to do a lot of the things that lupus attacked my body and took away. And I owe that to God and him putting these awesome products in my hand. Now, it didn't stop at the Red Lviv. That's where it didn't stop. Once I noticed that this Red Lviv got me going, oh yeah, I started on the yellow and the green and the Calcium and the Cranallo and all of those products, including the Green 29. They got it. I took it. And guess what? I am here still today, be able to tell everybody and anybody to try the products. They work, to really, really give it a try. So I'm just grateful that Ardysslife came up with the product. And it's amazing. And it's not only just for autoimmune diseases like MS, like rheumatoid arthritis, like lupus, all of those, I call them the sisters, all of those autoimmune diseases, gout, and some of the other autoimmune diseases that are out there. When our bodies go through so much stress and the food we eat and the things that attack us, basically that's how our bodies respond. Our bodies respond in this autoimmune response. And it says, I don't like what's going on here. And so when we start to change our food, when we start to exercise and drink water and get sleep and putting good things in our systems, our bodies will change. It will make a difference. So thank you for allowing me to share. I can talk about Lviv Red and Ardyss all day, but I know we got to keep moving. So I appreciate it. But Ardyss has truly changed my life because I said yes to that appointment and I stuck with it with consistency, taking the products every day. So thank you for allowing me to share. Have a great evening and happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful moms out there.
Happy Mother's Day.
Very much. Thank you so very much, Lakisha. We really appreciate, you being here to share your story with us tonight. It was so powerful and you all heard it. Just drink the juice. You understand? This is our Lviv Red. It is our flagship nutritional product. And let me tell you, this really works. Awesome, powerful testimonies. We've got thousands of testimonies on this product, right? And as she said, it doesn't stop there. We have all of our essentials as well, the red, the yellow, and the green. All right, so I want to move ahead. I know you all have the questions, so remember I said jot your questions down. If you want, you put it in the chat as well. but we're going to move it along because we have a special guest on this evening. I want to bring on Dr. Tyra Paylor. Dr. Tyra Paylor is by profession a hematologist. She did her medical education from the Howard University. She's a dean at Morin Christian University. She's an international educator and public speaker. She's a global marketing distribution executive. She has a Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. She attended, as I said, the Howard University School of Medicine. She does body realignment specialist. She's a global marketing specialist, wellness revaluation VIP club, and she has a nonprofit. She's a specialist with nonprofit fundraising, and she's an award-winning licensed health and beauty expert. So many things under her belt. Listen to me. So y'all are in for some real good information. Again, make sure you have your pen and paper ready, and let's welcome, put some love in the chat for Dr. Tyra Paylor. Dr. Paylor?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, President Lewis. Thank you so much to all our esteemed warriors out there, victors of cancer, victors of lupus. And thank you so much for just not giving up, because we got so much work to do, ladies and gentlemen. We have so much work to do. But before I say anything, I got to say this. I got to read this, and it's from the word, Revelation 22:2. And it says, down in the middle of the great streets and the cities, on each side of the river stood the tree of life, bearing 12 crops of fruit, yielding fruit every month. And the leaves of the trees are for the healing of the nations. The leaves of the trees are for the healings of the nations. What are we saying here? Everything that God has given us, everything that God has given us, and He has written in His word, He has put it in our midst, in our presence, for it to be able to do just what it does naturally. And God designed our bodies to heal itself naturally according to His word, the Bible. And I tell you, I'm always doing research today. Doing so much research. I'm always reading. It's really interesting because I have, of course, I've read the Bible. I've read the Torah. I've read the Quran. I read the Sikh holy book. And all four of these books speaks about how we should eat. And they all have that in common. They all have that in common. They all have that in common. And it's so many persons going through autoimmune issues that we've heard the stories. We've heard the stories. Did you not know there's 1.5 million people that is going through lupus just by itself in America? Did you also know that there was 5 million people internationally, global, around the world, men and children, but 90% of these are courageous women that has been diagnosed through lupus. We heard the stories of President Karen Whiting Diggs and also President Taylor about how their stories have to have what they went through and what they've been going through. Can you imagine? But thank God that God has given us something to be able to heal our bodies, for our bodies to do it. So you see me drinking it. I drink my red Levite every day. She talks about the green 29. I keep them. I got the Cora costume over here. I got my detox. Detox. If you don't have detox, you don't know what you're missing. If you don't have the detox, you don't know what you're missing. This is a 2-step system. Do I have permission from everybody? Can I keep it real tonight? Can I just keep it real? Platinum President Lewis, can I just keep it real? Can I keep it 100 with everybody tonight?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Go right ahead.
Okay. Thank you so much. Because let's keep it real, because we got to have these real conversations in our communities, because they having conversations for our demise. We got to have conversations for our uprising, right? We got to have conversations for our uprising to keep our health in proper alignment. Because if we're sick in the bed or in a hospital bed, we're not going to be able to do what God has called us to do. We're not going to be able to do what God has called us to do if we're sick, laying in bed. We're not going to be able to do it. So thank God that there has a Papa Diaz de Leon who created all of these fruits with seeds in them, and he put them in this one amazing bottle. Then we have the red one, we have the green one, then we have, I call it the gold one, the yellow one. Then we have our green 29, then we have our Ultra Body Cleanse that has the herbs, that has the papaya in it. But did you know a lot of autoimmune diseases have one thing in common that they don't want you to know? Did anybody know that? All autoimmune diseases, even cancer, that's why we have a person who have won the victory and have the victory in the cancer situation with us tonight. Okay, did you know this? When we the first call that we did was amazing. I called President Lisa Joseph. I said, Lisa, we got to have another one. We just got here. God's saying we got to have another one because there's more people we got to reach. It's more people we got to have the conversation with, to come into the room, to empower, to lift, to get ready to go to another level as far as our health is concerned. As far as our health concerned, we got some things prepared for you. So Arvell, we're going to show the first slide, and we're going to show you a secret that you may not know about with not just lupus, but a lot of different diseases that's going on. Can we play the first slide, please, Arvell?
Percent of all autoimmune cases I've ever seen in my practice are actually caused by parasites. All of them. We're talking rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, fibromyalgia, Sjogren's. There was always an underlying parasitic cause.
And these are the parasites that we see. These are the parasites that are in our guts, it's in our blood, and we're not getting rid of these parasites. We're getting these parasites because of things that we're eating, the meat that we're eating. We're getting these parasites in our bodies because we're not cleansing. We're not cleansing our bodies on a regular basis. Why is it that we cleanse the outside of our bodies all the time, but we don't cleanse the inside of the bodies? Why is that? Why are not doctors talking about cleansing the bodies? Why is this? Why is this the case that we have all of these toxins, bugs, worms, and it's many different kinds of worms that's causing all this pain, all this rashes, and all these things that you heard? Because when a worm dies, it secretes a toxin, poison inside our bodies, and there's so many of these toxins in our bodies, the more rashes that we're going to have, the more pain that we're going to have. Did you not know there's 9 different types of worms, parasites that's associated with a person who have an autoimmune disease and even cancer that gets into the blood? Did you not know that? Why aren't doctors talking about that? I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why they're not talking about it, because guess how much money it costs them to treat a person who is going through some type of autoimmune deficiency disease? Up to $50,000 for one treatment. So do you really think they're going to give us the issue? Do you really think they're going to tell us you need to cleanse, you need to detox, you need to do a proper body realignment to be able to get these things up out your body? Do you really honestly think they're going to tell you that when they make billions and trillions of dollars off of us from having all of these? Some of them don't know, but some of them do know. And some of them not going to tell us because they want us to continue. Again, remember, this is how they get paid. This is how they pay their phone bill, their mortgages, take their vacations, drive the cars they drive, live the lifestyle they live. If they told us these things, would that not impede upon their income when this billion-dollar industry? Let's play the next slide, please, Arvell.
This is a primary indicator that they stimulate Th2 immune cells, which actually create antibodies. The second thing they do is they actually suppress Th1 cells, which are a part of your innate immune system. So the number one indicator of parasites is actually an autoimmune condition. So things like MS, celiac disease, fibromyalgia, Hashimoto's can all be linked back to parasite activity. The issue is if you don't fix the problem and get at the root cause, you're likely to develop other autoimmune conditions down the road. This is a primary.
Exactly. And what you're seeing there on the right, my right, your left, you're seeing the difference parasites that's associated with this disease. You can read them there yourself and see what type of parasites, and those parasites, they're not no joke. When you have 9 different parasites inside of your body all at one time, and that's why your body is starting to attack, because they're putting out this toxin into the body, and now it's become toxin. All these toxins are flowing through your body. This is why this is going on. This is why they're not going to touch it, because they make so much money. There's we have another information that we want to share with you too. Can you put the next slide, please, Avil? Testimonials. So we're gonna go to Texas. A young lady, she's a registered nurse there in Texas. She's on our team, and she is Yar Ubani. Congratulations, Yar, for just hitting the rank of supervisor. Yar, can you come and show us your beautiful face and tell us your story when it comes down to how did you feel before you got your Ardysslife products, and what were you going through?
Well, I'm going to share briefly. For the past 45 years, all my tests has been negative. Last year, I went to the doctor to get my routine physical, and I was diagnosed with autoimmune, which shocked me, because I'm like, autoimmune? What's going on? Because I felt I was doing the right thing, eating right and everything. But autoimmune is basically that my body is attacking the cells. The healthy cells is being attacked. So created an illness. So with this illness, it's called Sjogren's. I say it almost mimics diabetes, because it can affect every organ of my body, but it affects mostly my eyes and my saliva glands. So it makes my eyes very dry, that I have to have medications for my eyes. But then it also makes me very fatigued. It gives me brain fog. So when I went to visit my sister in Atlanta, my auntie Kim knew Dr. Paylor. So when I came in contact with Dr. Paylor, she was sharing with me about Ardysslife, and I'm like, I'll do anything, because I just want to be healthy. I've been healthy, but now I have this diagnosis that makes me feel like, not myself anymore. So I invested in Ardysslife and started taking my supplements, and to be very honest, the fatigue went away. I'm more alert. I'm not as foggy. I can think and process. Even though we're being a night nurse, my schedule's busy. I'm in school full-time. I'm tired a lot because of my schedule. But if I wasn't doing the right thing to realign my body, I wouldn't be able to keep going. But I'm just grateful that I can be able to take these supplements, exercise, eat right, try to sleep, try to do all I can, so God can be able to do what He can. And I'm grateful that we have products like, Ardysslife that can be able to realign my body, my cells. I mean, even I was talking to my mom the other day. She said, I realized that your hair is growing back. And I said, you know what? I realized that too. So I even developed alopecia because of all my autoimmune. So it seems like, my body is really accepting what I put in it. And I'm just grateful that I'm being mentored by Dr. Paylor, who has taught me and educated me that cleaning my intestines is very important. My gut cleanse is very important. And also when I clean it, I have to fill it back up now with something that's going to be able to help me keep going. I have to refuel. I have to be able to keep well. So I'm just grateful that I have a product because for me, I take lots of vitamins. I've always taken vitamins, but I've never felt this good. I've never felt that it worked. And when I took my intestinal cleanse, I literally saw eggs, parasite eggs. There was little small things, small little white things. I knew that had to be because I've never seen those before. So just knowing that I'm able to be healthy, live a better life, and try to realign my body and cleanse myself and cleanse my cells and cleanse my stomach and everything else has just been a blessing. So I really appreciate being introduced to Ardysslife and being able to help other people as well now.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing your amazing testimony, Miss Yubani. We appreciate you. Your skin is absolutely glowing. You got your glow going on. You look phenomenal. Your energy is amazing. You can tell that you're feeling absolutely super fantastic. And so that's what the body goes through when you put the right things in the body to realign itself. And again, at the end of the day, all we're doing is doing what God has instructed us to do. So we're being obedient to his word at the end of the day. That's the most beautiful part about this, is that we're just being obedient to what God has assigned us to do, told us to do, and where our bodies will start to do the way it's designed. And that's to heal itself. So going through all of these situations, this is one thing that, did anybody know that? Did anybody know that about the parasites with a lot of autoimmune situations? That it was a lot of parasites due to the autoimmune situations, and not just autoimmune, cancer as well too. Cancer, leukemia, that's cancer in the blood. That's blood is my specialty. I get excited when we start talking about blood. It definitely, but they don't tell us about the parasite. It causes all these things, and we're eating these things. And as a culture, we got to make sure that we stop eating these things so we won't be more susceptible to these diseases, these autoimmune disease. And what I mean, what are we eating that's causing us, that keeping us sick? It's the pork. It's the beef. Yeah, it's the chicken. And I know everybody said, no, not the chicken, not the pork chops. Yes. What did the word say about how did God is so amazing? How did God give us the description, to give us the personalities of what we should eat? Genesis 1:29 says the trees that bear forth fruit with seeds in them. That right there is a personality trait, is it not? The food that comes from a tree, fruit with seed. Everything comes from a tree, from this, and that's in this red Lviv, and everything has a seed in it. So is it not following up with what God says us to do? The green 29, all that's herbs and fruits and vegetables. The detox, all that's herbs, fruits, and vegetables. Cleansing the body, the herbs to be able to realign itself. All we doing, ladies and gentlemen, is following what God says. We're following what God says because he gave Papa Diaz-Zelion the vision to do this. I truly believe that this was a divine moment when Papa Diaz-Zelion got fired, got these products, began these things, everything began to develop and to grow into all these years now, going on 36 years, going strong, and still going. And how many other companies out there that can bring you products of a Miss Taylor? How many other companies out there that can give you a story of a platinum Gay, Annette Gay? How many? So I'm gonna ask you: do you want something cheap, or do you want the best of the best? I want to ask you. Put a 1 in the chat if you want something cheap. Put a 5 and put a 10 in the chat if you want something that you want the best of the best. Put a 10 in the chat if you want the best of the best. Put a 1 in the chat if you want something cheap. Everybody wants the best of the best. So we got the best of the best. I know all these 10s are coming because they're Ardysslife distributors. They're Ardysslife entrepreneurs. They're helping people. They're taking their products every single day. But what about those of you who came on as a guest tonight? The question is, who do you know, ladies and gentlemen? Is it somebody that's in your cell phone that's going through cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure? Is it somebody in your family Your neighbor, your coworker that's got lupus, been diagnosed with fibromyalgia, been diagnosed with Sjogren's, been diagnosed with gout, been diagnosed with erectile dysfunction. We can keep on going down the list. When are we going to stop being cheap and say, you know what, that costs too much. I can't afford to get that. Because cheap don't look cute on you, on nobody. This lady told me the other day, oh, that's too much. I said, you acting cheap. She says, what? I said, you acting cheap? I said, you are acting cheap. She said, why you say that? I said, I say it in due respect. Because you're telling me that you want cheap stuff for your body. When your body is worth over $1 million. You won't even buy a 34 bottle wholesale Red Lviv. But you will go ahead and buy a Louis Vuitton and swing it on your shoulder. And buy you a Mercedes and drive it down the street. Or buy you somebody's name, Chanel or Louis or Gucci, and put it on your back and you wear it proudly. But you're not getting no residual benefits from any of that. Tyra Banks does. Naomi Campbell do. Because that's what they get paid to wear those things. They get paid to wear those things. So then when Naomi Campbell puts some designer clothes on, she's getting paid over $10, $15, $20, $30, $40,000 just to wear it, put it on, walk down the runway. She gets a check. Are we being cheap with our health? Are we being cheap with our health? We got to be real and have the right mindset. I said to a young lady the other day in the store, I said, will you give me permission to be honest with you? She said, yeah, she had diabetes, type 2. She said, oh, I got to check about that. I don't know about that. I said, you don't know about this? I said, well, tell me, how much do you know about your medication that you're taking? Tell me all the side effects that's going to happen to your liver when you keep taking it. I want you to tell me and name the names. You so interested in what's in this. I'm gonna give you the rest. I'm gonna give you the recipe. The recipe is mangosteen, acidberry, goshenberry, and pomegranate noni. And if you want to be smart about it, you're gonna look it up, and you're gonna see, and you're gonna Google diabetes versus mangosteen, diabetes versus noni, diabetes versus acidberry, diabetes versus pomegranate, and you can see what you really need to see. But I guarantee you, if you Google that medicine that you're taking, that metformin that you're taking, I see you're not gonna even be able to pronounce some of the names that you looking at. But you question this. You addicted to drugs, girlfriend. She said, what do you mean? I said, I'm saying this because I love you, Queen. I'm saying this because I love you. Don't you got kids? Don't you got children, grandkids, mom and daddy? Don't you want to be around for them a long time? She says, yes. I said, so why are you prescribing to something that's going to ultimately give you problems, that's going to make more issues with your tissues? Can you tell me why? She said, I ain't never heard nobody have conversations like this with me before. I said, I'm Dr. Tyra. What's your name again? I said, I'm telling you this because I care about you. And I don't even know you. We just met 2 minutes ago. I said, I'm telling you because we're cut from the same cloth. Our skin is the same tone. And we're the ones that's dying the most. We're the one that's dying the most because it's unnecessary. It can be prevented. And you don't have to do it. Everybody that's going on right now, everything that's going on in our world, it can be prevented. This is a 2-step system. You heard about the product from these amazing leaders that talked about President Annette Gay. So what she did, she's winning cancer. Every time I talk about her, I get excited. I don't know why I know why I get excited. Because somebody has won cancer. My mother didn't win cancer. So that's why I get excited. That somebody beat this disease. Somebody kicked that devil in his ruta patuta and won this disease through God's victory. Somebody did it. Somebody went and won the victory over this lupus thing, Miss Taylor. Thank you. So y'all better get excited. Y'all better get excited about what we have. And for the guests that's on the line tonight, we want to make sure that you get back with the person who invited you to come into this Zoom this evening and make sure that you get your products. And don't say, oh, that's too expensive. Do what you got to do. If you want something bad enough, you're going to make it happen, because I can promise you, if I had $1 million, if I wanted to buy your eye, you would not sell it to me. If I told you I had $10 million for your left eye, I promise you, you would not sell it to me. And this package, it will cost you $99.99, $1,000. Because we got to get to the root of the tutor. Let's go to the next slide, Arvell. We heard about what these other leaders talk about what they took. We have a brand new improved product that we just added to our amazing arsenal. And if y'all don't know what this glutathione is, you're gonna learn tonight. Arvell, can we go to the next slide, please? I'm excited. I got it fired up.
Lupus is inflammation, so they call it lupus.
Oh, this is Miss Taylor again.
Told one joint here, joint there. They finally said, okay, this is happening enough where it's gout. They checked my urine.
Can we go to the next slide, because we had her in live and living color, please, Arvell?
You have gout.
Her testimony is absolutely phenomenal to be able to beat this situation. But we have artists just brought something to the table for all of us to have that, with this right here. I want you to put, if you're a guest on the call tonight, I know our artist entrepreneurs have heard about what this is. It's called glutathione. If you are a guest tonight, and if you have not heard of the word glutathione, I want you to put a 1 in the chat. If you have never heard of the word glutathione, please put a 1 in the chat so we know exactly, so that we can make sure that we share the information with you.
All right, doctor, we're able to hear the video. I'll go ahead and play the testimony, okay?
Play the one from Dr. Oz, please.
Dr. Oz, all right.
Yeah. Dr. Osborne, everyone knows Dr. Oz. Everyone knows Dr. Oz, right? So everyone knows that Dr. Oz. It's a wonder why Dr. Oz is not on TV.
It is called glutathione. Now write it down, because it's critically important. And here to tell us about it is the director of Yale University's Prevention Research Center, and my good friend, Dr. David Katz. David. So glutathione has been described in many places as the superhero of antioxidants. Why is that? How come no one's ever heard of it before?
Because unlike most antioxidants people think about getting in a supplement, this one the body makes. That's the reason people haven't heard about it. It's going on all the time. It's also the reason why it really is the most important antioxidant. It's the one that the body relies on itself to clean up critical toxins. So it's being manufactured all the time, and the body makes critical use of this to defend us against a variety of toxins.
So I've got a little demonstration to really make this really clear to folks. This is absolutely essential. You know how I talk about all the things to do in your life, right? The foods to eat, the antioxidant vitamins to take. They all work through this. In the body, you've got glutathione. And you also have lots of cells. Looks just like this, right? And so you got these green normal cells, and you also have toxic cells. Some of these are from outside your body. Some of them are cells of your own that have been damaged by free radicals, and they've been oxidized. Damaged by the sun, damaged from foods, whatever. If you put in the normally existing glutathione in your body, it will soak up a lot of these bad boys, take them away, just like that. Now, if you don't have enough of the glutathione, now you put it in there, and you'll be lucky if you just get 1 of these toxic cells out. So you lose the powerful natural ability of your body to heal itself. We always brag about how the body can help you almost always recover, but only if you help it do that for you. That's what this segment is about. Now, David, how do you know? You like that?
I like that.
Good. I'll take it home with you. Okay, thanks. Go back to Yale.
My kids will love it.
Now, how do you know if you don't have enough glutathione in your body?
So the issue is this. If you have a chronic disease, most serious chronic diseases are associated with low levels of glutathione. So if you have diabetes, if you've been through cancer, if you're struggling with a serious infection, that may indicate that you're depleting your glutathione. May be worth checking your level, certainly worth doing things to bring your level back up.
Glutathione. the master antioxidant, making its triumphant return more potent than ever. NutriShake is more than just nutrition. It's your gateway to boundless energy, glowing skin, and a revitalized life. Crafted with scientific precision, this breakthrough formula combines cutting-edge technology and the finest natural ingredients to deliver unmatched quality and performance. Whether you're conquering your day at the office, hitting new personal records at the gym, or simply embracing a healthier lifestyle, NutriShake fuels every step of the journey. This is more than a shake. It's a lifestyle.
Did you hear what he just said about if your glutathione levels are low, you are more susceptible to these diseases? Did you guys hear that part? If your glutathione levels are low, you're more susceptible to the cancers, the Parkinson's, the diabetes, the high blood pressures, and all of these things. Our body makes glutathione. It's made inside of the liver. And if we have children, if we have grandchildren, they have tons of energy. That's that glutathione. You looking at that skin is nice and tight. They got that glow, the shine. They got pretty long hair. They got energy out the wazoo. That's that glutathione. But as our age increase in numbers, our glutathione level decrease. So what did artists do? Brought it into the NutriShake. Now you got something that's going to be able to be a precursor to help the body to keep on producing healthier white and red blood cells, number one. The precursor also is going to help to replace those old cells, detox the blood as well, number two. So you're getting when we think about cleansing the body, the glutathione is going to also help cleanse the blood because it's going to detox the blood. We know that the Ultra Body Cleanse is going to help to detox the blood as well too. The triple trifecta, the pomegranate and the noni, it kills parasites. So if there's parasites in the blood, when we drink our regular beef, we're drinking something that's going to be able to kill the parasites in the blood, and we're detoxing everything. Do you see the triple trifecta here? The triple trifecta, I used to do that when I had my racehorse. The triple trifecta is that this is truly being able to happen to our bodies to be able to detox and to revitalize and keep producing more healthy cells. Because when you produce more healthy cells, I'm going to ask you this. It's really, really interesting that when you was not taking the Ardysslife product, and this is for all of us, how did you look? How was your energy? I want somebody to just come and just tell me, when you was not taking the Ardysslife product, how was your energy? How was your skin looking when you was not taking the Ardysslife product?
This is Executive President Charlie Lewis in Cedar Hill, Texas. And I've been on the products for almost 18 years, but before, my energy level wasn't good and my skin wasn't good. But thanks to core calcium that helps you with keeping your and the collagen coffee, that got that collagen in it. My skin don't look like it's soon to be 75. So I just thank these Ardysslife products, and I feel like I feel because of the products. Great.
Exactly. Who else wants to say thank you, Platinum Lewis? Who else wants to say? Yes, please.
Just because I'm from Trinidad. Yeah, and before I started taking the Ardysslife products, and that was only in December last year I started with Addis. My energy levels was great. I would just always say, and people know that it's great. But since I started taking Ardysslife products, it has skyrocketed. So from great to excellent. So drink that juice, that Red Lviv, get that glutathione in. There's nothing better than this. I think Ardysslife products is the bar. You just hit the bar. It's the best.
Exactly. It's the best. And you start looking younger. Because you do not look 75 years young, Platinum Lewis, at all. Not even close to 75 years young. Not even close. Who else want to talk about how did you feel before you took your Ardysslife products, and now that you have taken your Ardysslife products, what's the difference that you feel in your body? Anybody?
Good evening, Dr. Paylor.
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you. You was reading my mind. I'm going to call your name.
Wonderful. This is President Elisa Dubois from Washington, D.C., USA. Before the Ardysslife products, I was low energy. I was overweight. I was actually a size 20. And with these products, not only did I get energy, but I was able to lose the weight and keep it off. Normally, people regain their weight within 1 to 2 years, but the Ardysslife products don't just help you with, that particular challenge, which in my case was weight, but it also helps with maintenance, and the education you get on these products really empowers you so that you can really, really work to optimize your health. So I take products every single day still because they help to keep me looking and feeling fabulous. When you think about your health, it's not an expense, it's an investment. And I enjoy investing in my health because I look and feel absolutely fantabulous. Thank you for the opportunity to share.
Thank you so much, President Dubois. Look at her before and after picture. Can you see what these products do for you? Can you see the guests? Do you see the before and after picture? Do you see the transformation that's in store for you from a two-step system? This is going to help you from the inside. It's going to start to rejuvenating some healthier blood cells. I'm knocking at the door of 60. I'm knocking at the door of 60 myself. And I'm telling you something. You want to reverse the aging process? Cheers. You want to reverse the aging process? Green 29. You want to reverse the aging process? Your NutriShake, everything that we have, it will reverse the aging process. Ladies and gentlemen, I need to tell you where your fountain of youth lies. It resides inside. The fountain of youth resides inside. The fountain of youth resides inside of each and every one of us was born with it. They just don't want us to know. They just don't want to know, but I know that I'm going to tell it on the mountaintop. I'm going to tell it on the mountaintop. That's why we got a cancer warrior out here. That's why we got a lupus warrior out here. That's why we got a person who lost a lot of weight and still looking fabulous, shaped, fine, and divine. Still shaped, fine, and divine. Still looking fabulous. Look at all these ladies. All these ladies. All these artistpreneurs need to come and put their cameras on so we can see your beautiful skin. Look at all these pictures. Look at Miss President Juliet. Her story is absolutely over the top. Her story is amazing. Her story is amazing. There's another gentleman named Drew McDonald, had type 2 diabetes. They told him that he was going to be on that for the rest of his life. Drew, you want to talk? You want to share your story? Yeah, they told him that he was going to be on medication all his life. He ain't taking the medication now today. How many people are ready to change their lives? How many people are really truly ready to change their life to get to another level? The first level is your health. The second level, the first level is always God. Let me put it in a proper perspective. The first level is always God, having a better relationship with the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. The second relationship is making sure that your health is in a proper place of alignment, and then your finances. Then you be able to help your family. Right? It's that process in that order. I wish you'll be up, my beloved, that you will prosper in your what? Health first, and then your soul, your spirit shall prosper. I ain't say it, the Lord did. The Lord said it. The Lord said it. May you prosper in your health, but we got to do the right things and stop listening to those people out there that want to get you hooked and bamboozled on these drugs that are illegal, that's going to mess you up from the rooter to the tutor. That's going to mess you up from the rooter to the tutor. If you don't know what that means, my grandma said from the rooter to the tutor, from the head to the toe. That's what these products, that's what their medication is going to do. But these products will revive, restore, reshift, reshape, and make you absolutely glow. Let's go to the next slide, please, Arvell. Let's show them what the package is gonna look like. This is what you're gonna get. This is what you're gonna be able to get. I want you to get back with the person that has showed you this opportunity, who invited you. Your first thing you want to get is your glutathione NutriShake. You see it right there, your glutathione, your 9 essential amino acids, your arginine, your glutamine, your vitamin C, your protein, 27 grams of protein to be exact, your calcium, your iron, your potassium, everything that you need, and even have some spinach involved with it too. A whole lot of great things that's going to help you to keep your skin rejuvenated, keep your body rejuvenated. That's what's going to be in your package. Next slide, please, Arvell. And everything that we're talking about, you're going to be getting 2 of everything in your package. This young lady was absolutely one person who I met here in Canada who had lupus. Show the next slide. This was her foot. When you talking about the foot, the body began to attack itself. Her body was attacking itself. Next slide. This was you can see them dark toe. You see one toe has already fallen off. The body began to attack itself. This is what lupus does to the body. You see those black toes. Unfortunately, those 3 black toes fell off as well too, because the body was attacking itself. She was a slim lady. She looked like she was about 6 months pregnant. She had a whole bunch of 9 different parasites inside her body. She took this Ultra Body Cleanse for 30 days here in Canada. She's originally from Jamaica. Next slide, Arvell, please. This is how you can see the inflammation in her foot. And I won't ever forget this, because I actually went to her home and I cleaned her foot. I put her in a bath, and I soaked her foot in some pure noni. Cleanse it real good and soaked her foot in that pure noni, so that vitamin can get down into that skin, go into that dermis and epidermis layers of that skin, so it can get down there, so it begins to penetrate. Not only is she gonna get it from internally, but she gonna get it on it externally as well too. So we had to do some serious work on this lady. Some serious work. Next slide, please, Arvell. That's just everything. That's the picture on the very far to your left is going to be how it started. The picture in the middle is how it finished up. So you can see the difference from what the product was doing internally and externally. That's how her foot looked on your far left. They had the white crusty looking stuff on it. That's what it looked like before. And the picture in the middle is what it looked like after we cleansed it and we soaked the product. We soaked her foot in a pure noni. And she was taking the cleanse. She was taking everything. She was taking the red Levine, the green Levine, the coral calcium, the Ultra Body Cleanse. She was taking the Power Boost. She was taking the Shield. She was taking everything, doubling up her dosage. Because we had work to do. She was on her Ultra Body Cleanse. She was taking 3 capsules every single day, not 2, not 1. She was taking 3 because we had work to do. We had to get rid of the parasites. Next slide, please, Arvell. This is your combo. So everything that you see here, you're going to get 2 of everything. 2 Power Boosts, 2 Coral Calcium, 2 red, 2 green, 2 yellow, 2 Cran Aloe, 2 Omega-3, 6, and 9. It's doubled. Because we got work to do. And it comes down to lupus. I'm talking about any type of autoimmune disease, any type of cancer, any type of serious situation that we got to attack. We got to go to work. Next slide. Then we got our Love This Coffee. The 71 coffee has 7 and 1 mushrooms plus the green beans. Harvested, it's not roasted, it's harvested. So we have the best nutrition in this 71 cappuccino, and it tastes good. You don't need no animal byproducts for this. We're not putting no milk in it. That's gonna cause mucus and your mucus and all this type of things in your sinuses. No, you don't need none of that stuff. It's all healthier coffee, and it's going to even help. And guys, we have a testimony. We just had one the other day. A gentleman was having some issues with erectile dysfunction. He took the 71, and he's functioning quite well, if you know what I mean. The way the gentlemen like to function. Their best friends is at attention. You know what I mean? Alkaline in your body. That's right. Absolutely. And again, you're going to get 2 packs of that in your pack. Next slide, Arvel, please. So we're showing you exactly what you got to get. You already seen these things. Some things you didn't see in this particular one. When you're having these issues, you're going to need some energy. So we got to make sure that you getting the energy. I love this, the Vive Slim, because it's going to give you mental clarity. You heard our panelist that was on earlier was talking about the brain fog. So with the red Lviv and in combination with the memory infusion, it's going to be cocktailed together to give you the right mental clarity, the mental focus. So you're not feeling like you're walking into a room and you forget what you're walking into a room for, and then you walk out and you remember. So you get your mental clarity focus on back. Then of course we talked about the Ultra Body Cleanse. So you're getting 2 of everything. So for your health, how much I need to somebody to participate in this. How much would you pay for your health? Somebody give me a dollar amount. How much would you pay for something that's going to be helping you to get healthy, that's all natural, that's much better, and no side effects? How much would you pay for that? Somebody want to throw out a number. Somebody that's not an artist, that's not a part of artists. Some of our guests. This is for our guests. How much would you pay? And thank you for coming on this evening. How much would you pay for something that's going to help you in an inside and out? That question is for our guests. You can unmute yourself, guests, and just throw out a number. How much would you pay for that? All of us are artist persons. All of us are artist people. How many guests on the line? I know Miss Diane is a guest. Miss Diane, we're going to put you in the hot seat. How much would you pay for something that is going to be beneficial for your health? You can unmute yourself, please. I love that Miss President Dubois said, good health is priceless. You're absolutely correct. Good health is absolutely priceless. She said, and she responded in the text, she says, whatever it takes. Thank you so much for participating. Appreciate it. We're glad that you're here. Thank you for coming. It's an investment, President Lewis has said. Absolutely, it's an investment. Never an expense. Absolutely. It's never an expense. So we're going to be able to, President Gay said, I will always invest in her health. Absolutely. Look what it's done for her. I'm excited. I hope you are excited tonight. So, we want you to make sure that you get back with the person who invited you to come on this call this evening. Get back with the person who invited you to come on this call and give them and tell them thank you. Tell them thank you. Even if you're in the Ardysslife family, tell the person who invited you thank you. Tell our upline leader, Royal Platinum, Dr. Anastasia Lewis, thank you. She don't want to thank you. She want to see the positions getting better, the checks growing. She want to see those. That's her thank you. So we're going to do that. We're going to make sure that we keep on doing that. We want to say, but we're still going to say thank you to her, because what if she stopped? What if when she put herself in when that lady put her in that Bodymatic, she said, that's not for me. What if she stopped? None of us would be here right now. Do you see how much we leave an impact? And maybe when we wasn't intentionally trying to leave an impact, but that's what God intended it. He says, go and multiply the earth, fulfill it and subdue it, become managers of it, become entrepreneurs of the earth. be part of the kingdom, of his kingdom, to do what he say do. And so any questions that we, I know there was some questions that wanted to address. Nakisha, we have any questions? President Lewis, we have any questions in the chat?
Miranda Sutherland had a question, so she can, you can unmute your mic now, Miranda.
Okay, I'm driving. Okay. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Hi, Doc. So my question was in relation to a presentation earlier. So I'm pulling the car over so that I can do this well.
Thank you.
Yes. When the presentation was taking place on lupus, and mention was made about the coral calcium, the omega 369, and the green and green 29. And the comment was made, keep your body alkaline. Take these things. Could you explain what that means? And I think there was another one, but all right. So yeah, explain what that means for us. Yeah, thank you.
Sure, you have a great question. Thank you for the question. So if we're not cleansing our bodies, if we're just keeping on eating the same old things, your body is going to become called acidosis. That's acidic, meaning it's going to be poor and have a lot of toxins in it. So you're not going to have a lot of energy. So to keep your body alkaline, you got to use the things that they was talking about, the green 29, the omega 369, the coral calcium, because that's going to help to detox the body, to take all the toxins out of the body, and then we're going to start to replenish. We're going to start to balance the body. So there's a lot of cleansing products on the market today, but I can tell you something, those products are not like our products, because our products help to keep your pH of your blood in a proper pH level, and you want it to be high on the alkalinity chart and low in acidosis. So when it's low in acidosis, disease cannot live in a diseased body. Okay, when disease cannot live in a high toxic environment of being high levels of being in acidosis state. But the more that we use our products, these products are going to help to rebalance the pH of the blood and bring the pH up to a higher alkalinity. And when there's high alkalinity, the body will be able to do what it's designed to do, and that is to heal itself. Perfect example, Platinum Annette Gay. Another perfect example was Mrs. Platinum Taylor, that was our guest speaker tonight. They was confused. Their doctors was confused. There's another lady right here in Montreal, and she was diagnosed with breast cancer. She did all of her ultra body cleansing. She went cold turkey. She stopped all the meat. She did fruits and vegetables, and she absolutely. And they was planning to do. She did do chemotherapy. They was planning to do radiation, and they was planning to do a breast to remove her breast. She did her due diligence, and ladies and gentlemen, she's not having no more breast surgery. She doesn't need it anymore. She sent me her blood work just the other day, and her numbers of her white blood cells, her T cells, are just through the roof strong. So that's going to give the indication of your lymphocytes, which is your white blood cells, and your T cell count. Once those T cell counts are high, that means you have high alkalinity in your blood. So once you have high alkalinity in your blood, if there's a disease and you're cleansing your body, the disease is not going to be able to survive, because those healthy cells are going to start to attack those toxic cells, those cancer cells, those lupus cells, and start to balance out. I hope that answered your question. Does anybody else have any more questions in the chat?
No, there's any questions in the chat. I don't know if I missed anything. I will confirm, but there aren't any questions in the chat.
There aren't anymore.
All right, thank you so much. I had an amazing time. I was excited to do this part 2. We got some more stuff coming up. We're going to do something about kids. Our kids need help too. It's Father's Day coming up. Dads, it's Mother's Day tomorrow. And happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful mothers and grandmothers. And even if you don't have no children, you're still mothering, mentoring, teaching, showing somebody the way, lighting a torch for somebody to be able to walk down the path of healthier life and a better life. So thank you to our mothers. We salute you, not just one day, but every single day. I won't get a chance to say Happy Mother's Day to my mom, but so I'm saying Happy Mother's Day to you. Happy Mother's Day to you. Happy Mother's Day to you. So I'm super excited. And so we're gonna do something. We're gonna close out tonight and we're gonna praise God. Is that okay? Can we praise God as we close out tonight? Can we praise God? Y'all can unmute your phones. This is we family.
Absolutely,
Yes,
absolutely.
yes, yes.
Can we praise God for what He has done in our lives? Can we praise God for what He's done?
Platinum sun is up. Dr. Lewis sun is
Hallelujah.
up.
Exactly.
Amen.
That's why. Can
Amen.
we praise God for what He's done and Platinum President Dr. Anastasia's life? Can we praise God for what He's doing in Michelle Ramsey's life, Platinum Elisa's life, Platinum Annette Gay's life, Mother Miranda, Nancy Gray, Lakisha Lewis, Lakisha Taylor, Platinum President Charlie Lewis, everybody who we have on. We gotta praise God for something. So we're gonna praise going out tonight. We're gonna praise, turn the music up, Bell, turn the music all the way up, and we're just gonna praise God, leaving up out of here, huh?
Before you go out and we start the music, Dr. Lewis would like to say a few words. Her hand is up.
Okay, yes, definitely. Let's definitely bring the leader to the stage. She has been doing this business for quite some time. She's not gonna ever stop. She don't ever stop. She keep on going. She's a mother. She's an awesome wife. She's an entrepreneur, a businesswoman. She has wear many, many, many hats, but she wears a hat too. She has reached the highest rank, one of the highest ranks in this business of 35 years. Ardysslife. She is our Royal Platinum President, Dr. Anastasia Lewis. Please welcome her right now, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you loud and clear.
Great. I want to thank all of you for this awesome meeting tonight. Please excuse my camera because I had to multitask. I had an event tonight with some young people, and I had them listening on this call as well. These young women are between the ages of 18 to 35. And so they would have listened to all of you tonight with regards to lupus and basically the preventative aspect of it. I mean, everything that you guys did, this was a phenomenal call. I appreciate you for serving this platform. And I want everyone to pay close attention to all the information that was received. And, just don't take the information lightly. Buy your products. As an artist, my reactivation package is up. I have to buy it. So those of you who have not even bought NutriShake, you heard why the body needs glutathione. I don't even know if I pronounced that right, but that is why we have teamwork here, so we can get the help that we need. Get it. I'm putting my order to get the green 29. We almost lost that because we were not buying it. So please purchase your green 29. Purchase your nutrition. Invest in your health. Thank you so much to Director of Events, Lakisha. She ain't Lewis yet. She won't be Lewis, but she ain't Lewis yet. She got to be president to have Lewis. But thank you to Director Lakisha. Thank you to President Lisa Joseph. Thank you to Platinum Annette Gay, Platinum Charlie Lewis. Thank you for being on here tonight, President Karen Whiting Diggs. Thank you to Keisha Taylor. I appreciate you, Platinum Keisha Taylor. Thank you for coming on here. and gracing Global Millionaires with your presence. We really, really appreciate you. I've been playing your videos for forever. I say, Lord, I wonder if this woman know I'm stealing her videos, right? And I don't know if they said it, but are you the owner of Just Drink the Juice?
I am.
Did y'all know that? Juice.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Just
did
drink
y'all
the juice.
tell that y'all mention that tonight? Pardon?
Yes, Miss Lisa put it in the chat. President Lisa put it in the chat.
There she is, the founder and CEO of Just Drink the Juice. So y'all thank her for using it. That's hers. But she allows us to use it. So, as we all come together and pay attention, just understand that we are here to help one another. This Keisha says, wondering if that was her. Yeah, that's her. You funny. But thank you guys so much. I want to thank you to all of the guests that are on here tonight. Thank you for every distributor, because you don't have to be here. We don't force you to be here, but thank you for being here. Thank you for always participating on these platforms, because we can't do it without you. And I want to thank all of you just for sharing with us and also sharing to your prospects. Man, this was phenomenal. I'm looking forward to another one wherein we have to do one for nurses, and then we have to do one for children, what children should be using, So, I mean, it's just so much for us to do. So we appreciate all of you. So listen, man, I can turn it back over to whoever needs to be turned over to, but I enjoyed this and my guests enjoyed it. So I appreciate. I done close everything that y'all say. See, you got to buy this. See, I done close. All right. So thank you very much, everybody. And this was phenomenal tonight. And I saw the difference in your presentation and your edification. I see it, and you guys did a phenomenal job. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Platinum. Thank you so much for serving, for being that warrior that you are. Thank you so much. We appreciate you so very much. And again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. And so let's just praise. Let's just praise. Abel, can we have the music up? And we just gonna just turn the music up, and we just gonna just give God praise. Okay? Can we just praise our way out, praise our way off the air, praise our way off the Zoom.
Every praise.
Can you turn it up? Can you turn the volume up a little bit?
Yeah. Get up. Come on, Abel, don't be afraid. Pop the volume.
Turn the music up, Ariel.
But you'll be alright. You're gonna get better. You gotta get
Better.
God's gonna make it. Keep on moving.
Yeah.
Keep on climbing. God's gonna
Better.
make you there. Woo! People in Flint, Michigan, say better.
Better.
Gotta get better. What about my traffic? Gotta get better.
Yeah? Eh? I'm going to fight you now. I ignore the fight you don't think you know. The boy fight you know. Oh!
Gotta get better.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us.
Yes,
yes. Have a great night, everybody. Be blessed. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mummies.
Mother's Day.
All the moms.
Happy Mother's Day to everyone.
Good
Happy
night.
Mother's Day.
Hey,
Wonderful day
Shell.
tomorrow.
Hey,
All-
Keisha.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Here, get back to work now.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm working.